What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Moose Milk Podcast. This is episode 125. 125.
I was going to try to do the numbers with my hands, but I was like, nope.
1, 2, 5. I'm your host, Ryan. This is Matthew.
Hi.
And how is Matthew today?
Matthew is good. I got a feeling accomplished. Got a lot done today.
Yes.
As I said to you, I cleaned my shed. I feel very adult now that I have a house.
Did it in the nude, up naturally?
I did. The kids next door were not happy about it.
Yeah, well, I was.
I know you were.
I was Wilsoning through your fence.
I know you were.
That was a home improvement reference for all you kids under the age of 35. Nobody knows what home improvement is. They're like, what is that?
Nobody does.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I should know what home improvement was. That should have sucked, but...
Nah, that show was good in its time.
I don't know if it was. Tim Allen.
It was good. I'm not a huge Tim Allen fan, but...
Not a big fan.
That's fair. Then you probably wouldn't like Home Improvement.
Well, I watched a shit ton of it as a kid because, like, what else do you do? I mean, you're a kid. Like, I don't know. I watched Fresh Prince.
You make it sound like you like had a gun to your head.
No, like, I mean, like, you just watch shit. Like, I mean, you know, it's just like it's on the television. Like, we had 6 channels. So I watched whatever the fuck was on. You know.
I get it.
You stumble upon Home Improvement. You're like, all right, well, there's nothing else on, so you know.
I get it.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I'm glad you got shit done.
Yeah, man. It's good.
Recording on a Sunday. Weird.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, was the apology. That's why I wrote it.
Yes, sorry. Okay. Sorry to all of our viewers.
Yeah, all 0 of you. Thank you for coming by.
But yeah, I had a wedding yesterday and it was very fun.
That's good.
Got very drunk and
yeah, I think I ruined you, man. I think just coming to Ontario and like now you're a little party animal.
I know. What the fuck? This afternoon I was like, a rum and coke would be great with dinner, and then I was like, no,
really,
it wouldn't be. Yeah.
Oh, wow, I like this. I like the new Matt. I'm not a big rum guy, but
I love spice rum and coke. That's what I was drinking last night.
I always go with Ryan Coke. Ryan Coke is.
I feel like I overdid the rye, and now I just don't enjoy it anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because remember when I first started drinking, I only drank whiskey. I didn't drink beer. I didn't drink anything.
Yeah, well, that's why me and you bonded. Well, I mean, one of the many reasons why me and you bonded, because I love rye. So, I mean, that's where my name stems from. So, hey,
Ryan.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You got it.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch anything this week, or were you just too busy, or what?
Yeah, I watched a bit. Let's see what I watched. I did get a little bit in. I had some time before I got back into my customs. So while I was flying home last week, I watched Across the Spider-Verse again.
Naturally.
And it was very enjoyable still. Makes me sad that we have no idea when we're going to get the next installment, because they leave on like a crazy serious cliffhanger. So
2035.
That's probably what it will be, actually.
Yeah. That's what I just was saying earlier today. I was like, well, there'll be nothing coming out next year, so it don't fucking matter.
Yeah. And then when I got home, Kate was like, oh, we have so much stuff that we still need to watch. We have to watch Only Murders in the Building, because there was 2 episodes we were behind on. And then I'm starting to like kind of be over that show a bit. It's like
I heard the 3rd season wasn't nearly as good as the other 2.
Yeah, it's not really connecting like the old ones. I don't know. It's okay,
I feel like they've really rushed that show though. Like, it doesn't feel like that show's been out very long and it's on its 3rd season.
I know. I would agree with that statement.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It definitely hasn't been 3 years.
It might be.
Really? I feel like you just talked about that 1st season like last year.
I don't remember, but it does feel like it's been rushed. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not really loving this new season. It's a good cast, but it's just, I'm not loving it. I don't think Kate is too. So I think that says a lot.
Yeah, so you might be bouncing out of that one.
Maybe we'll probably finish the season and then make a decision after that. And then I don't know if you remember me talking about that Reservation Dogs show that I was watching, but that came back, and there was, I think, 3 episodes we had to catch up on. So
It's the last
we
season.
watched those. Oh, that's too bad. I like it. So I mean, so far it's good, but only 3 episodes in.
Yeah, I think it got canceled. I think they said this is the end. So
No, that's too bad. Hopefully they get to like wrap it up in a good way. I kind of felt like last season wrapped up like pretty perfectly. So
yeah.
this season better not fuck that up, because
Sure.
last one was good. So
There's nothing worse than a show getting canceled and like ending on like a cliffhanger or like it's like or something like unanswered stuff, and then you're like, we're never gonna get the answer to any of this. Like,
yep,
it's brutal.
Yeah. And then I watched obviously Ahsoka, and then I watched Terminator 2. I was like, I think I've been saying on the pod, I want to watch Terminator 2 with my AirPods on my Apple TV.
Yeah,
because you get like that full like immersive sound,
3D audio. Yeah,
and it was marvelous. It was
great.
really good. And then afterwards, I was like, I feel like I've only seen Terminator 1 like once or like maybe a couple times.
Really?
And I definitely haven't seen it in the last like 15 years. So I was like, I'm gonna watch Terminator 1 now. So I watched Terminator 1, and
it holds up pretty good. I mean, it looks bad at parts, but
I know.
like, I mean, it's
but some parts don't though. Like some parts, like the parts with like the, in the future where they have like the tank thing and it's like rolling over all like that all looks pretty fucking good for the time it was made.
84, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, it was great, and I loved it. And now my next thing is I'm going to watch
T3.
hopefully over the next. I do want to watch T3, yeah, and I also want to watch RoboCop 2 and 3 as well, and the new one. I want to see all of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down and watch the remake. I saw that you're Australian there. Guys were talking about the new one, so
yeah.
Yeah,
it's pretty
I
funny.
want to watch it first before I watch their shit. But
nice.
Now that we watched it on my YouTube channel that night at the hotel, it keeps recommending it to me.
So, oh, nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're very funny.
They're very funny. Yeah.
Yeah, the Caravan of Garbages are funny. Weekly Planet.
Yeah. They got good banter, so
they sure do.
Yeah.
And that's all I watched. So nice. Sorry, my scenery is not that great back here because this office is a fucking mess. But
until your studio is made, I expect no less, sir. I expect no less. It's all good.
Studio still hasn't started.
Yeah, well, like I said, everything in time, buddy. It's you got to be patient. When they start construction, there'll be construction delays. There'll be material delays. There'll be something they can't get. It all takes time. It's all good. I didn't watch much this week.
You watched football. You love the foosball.
I watched 9 hours of football today.
Jesus.
I got up at 1:00. My Texans got absolutely destroyed, which I expected, but it's still sad. Yeah, I'm clearly back in my garage, but I just didn't feel like bringing everything back inside, so I'll just record out here for a while, at least until it gets cold and I can't handle it. But
yeah. It was pretty humpy out there, I thought.
Yeah, the temperature's fine right now. I mean, it's cool, but it's decent in the garage. But yeah. So I didn't really watch too much. I did sit down and watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem.
Oh, you did? Nice. What'd you think?
It was fine. I think it's probably like the best story-wise since the original 2. I didn't like the animation style at all. I found it extremely distracting.
Yeah, I knew you would.
And it's not just like because it
jarring.
Yeah, not just because it was animated. Like it made me really hard to like focus on things in the movie. Like I found it like literally distracting. Like I was just like, what is happening here? But
I think that was a common complaint. Like I heard a lot of people say that they found the animation style, like how like it kind of looked like almost like graffiti, sketchy kind of like.
Yeah, it was like a notebook or like somebody drawing in their notebook or something. And I don't know, it looked cool at parts, but then I also found it like really distracting during like action scenes and stuff like that. I thought overall it was fine. I mean, like I think some of the story stuff, like it's very different than what I'm used to, and like the way it ends is definitely very different than the way I'm used to. But
yeah.
I thought it was an interesting idea. Like I thought the voice cast although it has a lot of like big stars and stuff like that, like was very underutilized. And like, you know, they say like all these people are in the movie, and I'm like, oh great, like I expected like they're all gonna have a decent sized part in all the movie, and like some of the actors have like one line in the entire movie, and I'm like, oh well, that's, you know, you're advertising, I don't know, Rose Byrne or whoever in the movie, and she has a line. It's like great. But like overall, it was an enjoyable movie, and like I would recommend it for anybody that's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. Like it's definitely kid friendly. If you got kids at home or whatever, you can sit down and watch it as a family, and it's not going to be like uber violent or anything like that.
Totally.
It was definitely better than the Michael Bay, you know, turtle movies. And although I miss live action stuff, like it was.
Me too. I do miss live action, but
it was the best I could have hoped for out of an animated movie. Like
nice. Yeah, I do agree with you that it's a good telling of the story, and it's like it's different enough that makes it kind of fresh.
Yeah,
but it's not different enough that you're frustrated that it's not the same.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool live action, and like I hope we still do get a good live action version, like a more adult version. They stay with this for like a more family friendly version.
That'd be awesome.
I hope if they do a sequel, like they clean up the animation style a little bit so it's not as jarring to watch. But yeah, I like I said, I overall I recommend it, and I hope people check it out if they get the chance. It's digital now, so
yeah.
And then other than that, I really like, obviously I'm still watching like, you know, The Block and Amazing Race Canada, and I don't know anything else. I can't think of anything else that I'm like really watching, but I played like 30 hours of Starfield.
Liking that, I see.
I'm liking it. It's hard. Like, just talk to somebody that doesn't, you know, really know video games that well. There's systems within the game that like are overly complicated that like don't need to be. Like as a huge fan of Fallout and a lesser fan of Skyrim, but still I really enjoyed Skyrim. There's a lot of systems in the game that like it's a space game, right? So like you're supposed to be able to, like, it was kind of advertised as like, go anywhere, go to these different planets, get in your spaceship, go to space, have dog fights in space, then go down to a planet, and like you can explore the planet, and then you get missions on that planet and might send you to another planet, so you get back in your spaceship and you know bounce over there, and like there's cities on different planets, and like you get side missions all over the place and everything like that. Like it's an open world kind of game, but it's a lot less open than I expected it to be. Like you can get in your ship, but you can't really like fly to another planet. Like you just basically fast travel. You select it on a map, and you know it's a cutscene, and you're going to the next planet. Like there is dog fighting like in space, but it's like a little bit of a clunky system. Like the menus and like stuff like that are like pretty clunky, and like I'm liking the story and I'm playing the main story of it, but like there's a lot of things where I'm like, I wish that was a little better. I wish that was a little better. I wish that was a little better. And like it got like a lot of 7s out of 10s, 8 out of 10s, and I'd say that's like fairly accurate. It's a decent game. It looks good. I haven't had a lot of bugs or anything like that. It hasn't crashed on me like all the time like most games do these days. Like overall it's running well and I haven't had any issues, but like it's got a lot in it, and it's like very shallow. Like as wide as an ocean, very shallow, very, not very deep in a lot of ways. And I don't know. I think like, hey, if you got an Xbox, there's not a whole lot to play. Definitely download it, or a PC. But it's not like something where you go like, oh fuck, if you're not playing Starfield, you're missing out. Like this is the game of the year. Like it's like, no, I've played better RPGs, but it's an enjoyable time, and right now there's nothing I want to play, so like it works.
So yeah, fills the void.
Yeah, until Spider-Man 2 comes out, like in October, that's what I'm gonna play, and I'll probably put 100 hours into Starfield, and then I'll move on. So
yeah,
it's not a game that like changes gaming or anything like that. Like it's a modern RPG that works decently well.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Word to your mother.
But I like space stuff. Like I don't know, it just made me really in the mood for like Ahsoka, and like it made me kind of really want to go back and like watch like some of the old Star Wars movies, just because like I'm in like a space mode right now, and I just love space movies. Like I went on that binge like I don't know, a month ago or whatever, where I watched like a dozen space movies in a week. Like I like but space
you missed
stuff.
The most important one, Armageddon.
Armageddon, that's a standout. I probably haven't seen Armageddon since like 1998.
Probably me too.
But like in 1998, I'd probably seen that movie like 7 times, and it just like burnt out on me. And I never want to go back to that movie.
Is it because you don't want to miss a thing?
I was just gonna say that. Fuck, you stole my joke. Because I don't want to miss a thing. Yeah, no, I don't know. Like that movie, I don't know if it holds up or not, but I can't see.
I mean, I guess it probably doesn't. But
yeah,
it does have Bruce Willis in it, so
it does have Bruce Willis in it, and it does have.
And he was good at that point too. So
what's her face?
The
Steven
girl
Tyler's
Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler, yeah. I like Liv Tyler, but yeah, I don't know. That movie.
Yeah.
But it was at that time where like all movies were like natural disaster movies. Like
yes, I remember that too.
There was like that like 5-year period where like everything that came, it was like Twister, Deep Impact,
Armageddon. Yeah, Twister. I wonder if Twister still holds up. Probably does.
I watched it like I want to say like 5 years ago.
Yep.
And it wasn't great. I don't know. I think the CG was pretty dated, but like I think they're making a sequel. From what I hear, they're making I think they want to call it Twisters. And like it's like I think it's like some of the returning people coming back, and like they have like some kind of like mega tornado or something that they're investigating, or I don't know. I like disaster movies. Like what was not Volcano with when it's in LA and like LA is like getting taken over by lava.
What? I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, Volcano. It's good. I think. I don't know if it's like good, but I remember it. I enjoying it.
Is it old? Like, is it from like the disaster?
Yeah, like 97 maybe.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, watch Volcano. That's a delight.
That's a delight. It's probably not streaming on anything.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Lake Placid. I remember that movie. That was like a giant alligator or whatever.
I don't love the giant animal movies. They don't do anything.
Anaconda.
I didn't like Anaconda either.
I hated Anaconda because I terrified of snakes.
Yeah, that's fair. I just didn't like it because I didn't find it good. But
it wasn't good. Deep Blue Sea, Big Shark.
12 Days Later or whatever the fuck it was called, or what was that disaster movie where it's like they have to wait X amount of days until the 48 days later or something like that, or
you're combining two different movies. You're combining 28 days later and you're in something else.
I can't think. It had like I want to say it had like Pierce Brosnan in it or something. Disaster.
This is a movie. This is now a podcast where we just talk about what we can't remember and old disaster flicks.
The Day After Tomorrow.
Day After Tomorrow. Yeah. See, I knew you were combining two different things. Yeah, that movie sucks. Same with 2012. That movie was awful.
2012. I don't know if I saw that. What is that one?
About like
I didn't mind The Day After Tomorrow. I thought that was okay.
I hated it. It was so bad.
Did you?
I remember
being
really excited for it before it came out because I love disaster movies just because I don't know the spectacle of it or whatever. But
me too.
Like
I love seeing shit that's not supposed to get destroyed.
Same. Like Independence Day, cool. Like it was probably the best one in my opinion. Like I loved Independence Day as a
there's some goodies in there.
Young teenager, but no, 2012 was really bad. And Day After Tomorrow, like I just remember them shutting a door to protect themselves from the cold, and I'm like, that's not how temperature works. Just didn't make any sense.
Maybe a little bit, but
not when it's like negative 100 degrees outside and you're like worried about the temperature getting to you, and then you just like shut a wooden door and you're like, that will hold it out. No biggie.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, that movie wasn't great. What the fuck is this podcast? I don't even know what we're doing anymore.
We just talked for 5 minutes about disaster movies that are bad or maybe good, but
I think it's a genre that needs to come back, man. What happened to disaster movies? Give me a good space movie every 2 years, like a solid.
Give me
space
a good movie. Power Rangers movie that also is a disaster movie.
Give me a good Power Rangers movie. Give me a good Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Give me, I don't know. I can't think of anything else.
A good MCU movie.
Yeah, well, fuck. We were talking about that earlier today too. Is my friend Chris and Brian were over watching football with me, and
nice.
Fucking yeah, like Chris is like, oh, I'm so far behind. He's like, I just stopped watching everything. Like, he's like, I haven't seen the last 2 shows, like he's watching Ahsoka, but like he's like, I stopped caring about the MCU, and then Brian's like, yeah, after how bad Secret Invasion was, he's like, I'm not hyped at all for anything. So it's definitely a bummer. Brian was the guy that was like so positive on the MCU, and like he'd go on like what do you call it? That message board site. Fuck, I never use it. Oh, subreddit, Reddit. He'd go on Reddit and like look at like what people were talking about with the MCU and like all that kind of stuff. Like he was obsessed for it for a long time, and now he's just like, man,
yeah,
it is what it is.
Maybe it'll be back. We'll see.
Yeah. I think this break, like I've said, is going to do it good.
A good thing. I agree.
Let's get into Ahsoka.
Let's get into Ahsoka, shall we? Episode 4. You need to get that spoiler.
I already did it. I'm so good, man. I'm a podcast professional. 125 episodes.
We know
exactly. I'm got so many sponsors coming in. They're all like, yeah, let's get on that Moose Milk show, man.
Oh yeah, have you guys heard about the hottest new thing?
Yeah, hot shows.
It's not actually new. They've been doing it for like 3 years.
3 years. They're lucky if they get like 35 views on an episode. Let's pay them Dorito money to advertise Doritos.
These guys are sick.
That guy looks like he eats Doritos. Look at him. Ahsoka's awesome.
Ahsoka is awesome.
I love it. It's great. This episode was awesome.
This episode was fantastic. I think the next one's going to be even crazier.
So apparently there's limited theatrical release in the States.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
I think it's going to be a big deal. I feel like the next episode is going to be crazy.
Well, the fact that they're putting it in a theater is insane to me. Like episode 5 of a series and you're going to put it as a theatrical release is...
I'm guessing that's because it's going to be crazy. So...
Yeah,
and Filoni's directing that one too. I think that's the second one of the season he's directed. So
I guess it's 50 minutes long.
Nice, I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean this episode sets up a lot. So like,
it does.
I assume this next episode is going to be pretty massive, massive episode. But yeah, no,
okay, I feel like we're for sure getting Ezra and Thrawn next episode. Like I feel like that's just inevitably going to happen.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it would be crazy if it didn't, but
me too.
Yeah, I thought this episode was great. I loved all the lightsaber battles. Like, I thought that was just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They're sitting there fixing the ship and everything, and like just so like the way that like it set it up of like, oh, the droid coming and fighting whatever their droid's name is. I don't remember.
The assassin droids.
Yeah, and
fighting Hai-Yang or whatever.
Yeah,
that's his name, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. I'm reading the comment here. Self-Town Pain App says Moose Milk Podcast makes the Joe Rogan podcast look like a Star Wars holiday special.
You know it, brother.
Yes. That's it, man. I fuck Joe Rogan. I hate that piece of shit. Yeah, no, I like the assassin droid and the droid fighting, and then
you should start beef with Joe Rogan so that way we can get some numbers.
All right.
Okay,
hey, you bald-headed fuck! I hate you.
He'd beat the fuck out of us both so bad.
Oh yeah, he'd kill me in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he'd like rip our faces off.
I have a hard time getting off this couch. You think I'm gonna fight Joe Rogan?
It is a deep couch.
Yeah, it's deep.
It's deep, all right. Anyway, sorry.
I like to hide in it naked during parties.
Woo! Get out like Danny DeVito.
So I'm thinking. Yeah, no, I like that whole setup and like the droid like hitting the lights out while they're fighting, so that Sabine and Ahsoka come out and like them kind of working together in that like fight choreography or whatever. Like she's using her fucking Mandalorian like skill sets and shit.
Love that.
And, yeah, it was awesome. I was like, oh, this is sweet. And then like it just gets better throughout the episode. Like it was just like that's the first battle of like 3 or 4, and I'm like, yes, like this is exactly the Star Wars world I love.
Yep. It's exciting and it's entertaining. The battles were
well choreographed.
Tense.
Yeah.
I like the Ahsoka and Baylan fight the best. That was fucking awesome.
It was cool, but like I liked how they were all stylistically like a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first one, they're kind of working together and using their skill sets to cooperate. then they break off, and Sabine's fighting like Shin or whatever. Yeah. And then Ahsoka's fighting like a assassin droid or whatever the fuck it was. And like the assassin droid's got like the double-sided lightsaber, which I love. I'm always going to be a big fan of.
That wasn't the assassin droid. That was Merrick.
Oh, Merrick. Sorry. I can't remember. Yeah. But
because I said that, I think I got mixed up. Surprise world.
Whatever.
Yeah. I like how Merrick is nothing. Just like I said last week. It's nobody. It's nothing.
But I loved that like double-bladed thing.
Yeah.
And then like it starts spinning and whatever. I was like, this is sweet.
Inquisitor.
Yeah.
It's Inquisitor style.
And like her being able to like pick him apart, and like she didn't even need to use both her sabers. Like she was just like, it was cool battle. And then like the difference between that and Sabine's like fighting style of like she's a little more like aggressive with her hits. Like she's clearly kind of using her anger and still still learning. And like I thought that was really cool. And then like when she's like almost ready to lose, she like shoots her like projectile out and knocks the lightsaber out of Shin's hand, and I was like, that's sweet. That was really cool.
I like that she started that battle with the guns too, right? Like it's
totally
cool
to see them blocking like the
lightsaber versus guns.
Awesome. Like really cool. I love too like the setting of the forest and everything. Like just like I don't know, for some reason like seeing lightsabers go through trees has like some kind of like really cool like imagery to me that like I'm like, oh, I love, like it kind of reminds me of what episode 7 I think it was when they're fighting in the forest there. But like I don't know, for some reason like seeing the lightsaber blades like go through trees and trees falling as they're fighting and shit, like I think it's just such a cool imagery.
Yep, totally, I agree. Town Painap says episode 5 has to have a major what the fuck moment to trump the Anakin scene if they're showing it at theaters, because I can't see it being on movie screens if all we see is just them talking. So I may have read something. I'm not going to say it because
don't spoil it.
If it's true, it would be a spoiler. But if it is that, then I get why it's going to be in the movie theater. So
my assumption, and I obviously I don't know. I haven't read anything. I don't know anything. My assumption is there is going to be that like a little bit of talking scene.
For
throughout the episode, like to set up that whole Anakin Ahsoka thing. But like I kind of have a feeling there's going to be some kind of like Vader scene as well. And then like I assume that the like B story or like that's the A2 story or whatever is going to be like them finding Thrawn and Ezra and that being a huge deal. I mean, we'll get to it, but like the ending really set up that like Sabine's kind of in a, I mean, maybe she's just playing them to get to Ezra, but like, or she's kind of in a really tricky area where she could kind of go dark, and I'm like, yes, I love it.
Yeah.
I love the darkness.
I don't think she'll go dark. I think she's playing from within because I feel like that's very much her character. But
even Ahsoka, like she has those elements of like tapping into like a little bit of Sith power during that fight with Balin. Like she uses her force throw to throw Shin into that rock.
Yep.
And you could totally tell like she was using some aggression with her, like when her hand was hurt and stuff like that. I'm like, I like that. Like that's fucking cool.
Yep.
It's not just all about being goody.
They've said in the past that Ahsoka has, can balance between the light and the dark side of the force. So
that's great.
Maybe that's what you're seeing here, but maybe that'll play into the Anakin thing too. Like maybe
totally,
and like even how that kind of ended, it's weird. It's like it kind of left it like, is Ahsoka dead or is she alive? Like
right. She's in like some kind of like.
So that's the world between worlds. That's from the episode where Thrawn and Ezra disappear. That's what that is?
But I assume it's like some kind of like purgatory or something.
Yeah, it's basically like purgatory for like Jedis.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like the whole thing. Like I love this, even the scenery of when Ahsoka and Balin were fighting, and like they got the big star map all around them. Like it looked awesome. I'm like, this is so cool looking. Like, even though like it was obviously like a set piece, like it was like this just looks cool. I love Star Wars when it looks cool and it's doing cool things, and like that whole fight scene was awesome. I really like Shin. Like, I really hope she doesn't like get killed off because like I
Me
love
too.
that
I like
character.
her and Bale. I know Balin can't come back for obvious reasons, but
Yeah,
yeah, I like both of them. Like they're both
same.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, and
So
like I just I love
I want
Sabine.
toys of them real bad, real bad.
Yeah, toys would be dope, but
Yeah.
I'm a
Oh,
Sabine fan.
we didn't talk about Carson Teva either.
Right, I was gonna bring that up. Is like
That's crazy.
guest spot, boom, Carson Teva,
Fuck yeah,
and
man. I love that.
in like what Phoenix Squadron, I think it was called
Phoenix Squadron. Yep. Yep. With Hera. Pretty
with Hera.
fucking
Yeah,
cool,
I
man.
mean, my only argument there, and maybe this is really dumb because it could be from Rebels or something, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not familiar with it. Is like, why the fuck would she be bringing her kid along?
Oh, well, he was kind of like born like in the crew, so he always is kind of always goes along with them. Like
But she almost
he was
got him
only in
killed.
he was only in a couple episodes of Rebels,
Like
or maybe even just one. But
that whole end scene, she basically almost dies, and her kid's just sitting there, and like it's like, oh, I think something bad happened. I'm like, yeah, no shit, kid. Why are you
I
in
mean,
the spaceship chilling?
I think it's just because that's just that crew. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, get a
I guess that's
babysitter, man. Leave it somewhere.
you gotta have a fucking backup plan.
Yeah, like get the little your favorite droid Chopper there to watch him while she's out
Oh boy,
doing stuff.
Chopper and him will have a good old time.
Yeah, buddy. Like I was just like, why are you bringing your kid, man? You're going into a fucking dogfight and like your
War.
kid's just dying.
That's fair.
But
But
yeah,
it
it was
was cool
awesome
to
to see
see.
Carson Teva
Oh
in this.
man, so
Yeah.
cool, so cool. I was hoping to see Zeb too, because remember in the Mando where he met up with that big purple dude in the bar?
Yeah, yeah.
He's part of the Rebels team too. So I wonder if we get to see Teva come back with like a new crew and Zeb be part of it. I have a hard time believing that we won't get Zeb at some point in this season. Just
Well, I was just
because.
gonna say, like, now that he's got some spots open in his crew,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
might be recruiting. I mean,
It's got some extra space now.
he lost, I think, like 3 or 4 of the guys. So,
Yep, yep.
but yeah, it was a surprise to see him in this episode. I didn't expect it.
I agree. It was a nice surprise.
Yeah,
Very, very cool.
it was a short episode again, but like it was so jam packed of action that like it worked. You know?
It went. Yeah, I agree. I mean, would I have liked it to be longer? Yes, but
Yeah, totally.
what we got didn't waste any time. So I was like, okay, I'm good.
No,
I can handle this.
And yeah, like the whole ending of Balin basically convincing Sabine that like kind of manipulating her through like he knows what she wants. He knows, you know.
Do you think he's going to betray her?
No, I think if anything, Shin's gonna fuck it up.
Me too.
But like I also kind of think it'd be awesome if like I don't know if it's like a jealousy thing between like Shin starts getting jealous that he's like paying attention to Sabine type of thing.
Yeah.
And then like they have like another big fight or like something along those lines or like what exactly it is. But like I like the idea of Sabine kind of going dark here for a bit or maybe permanently and just like him using her like, you know, basically what happened with Anakin is like using the loss of Padme against him to like kind of manipulate him and like whatever happens with Ezra using that like dangling carrot of like maybe Ezra's dead and you know if Ahsoka would have helped you would you know he wouldn't be in that spot or whatever like
right
I think it is interesting and cool so
yeah definitely yeah there's a lot of things they can do here so I'll be curious to see their next move but I would be so surprised if next week we don't get the return of Thrawn and Ezra.
I think you'd have to. There's no reason they'd be putting this episode in theaters if you weren't getting some huge, like maybe it's just like a whole Vader thing, but like
I said, I think the thing that I read, if that is actually true, like I think that's enough to put in a reason to put in theaters. So I think we could be in for like a pretty crazy little journey this next episode. So
I'm excited. Like
I'm excited.
I'm glad that it's already basically Monday and like we only have like another, you know, 36 hours to wait until the new episode. So, yeah, it was good. And like, it's going quick though, like episode 6 already. We only got a couple more weeks and
I know
we're out. And then Loki starts. So
Then Loki. Yeah. Do we have a week in between? We don't even, do we?
No, today's what? So it's 12, 19, 20. No, I think it's right against each other.
Nice.
Which will work out well, and then we'll have the Marvels in November.
Yes.
And that will bring us to like the end of Loki probably, and then that, and then I don't know what we'll do for the rest of the year. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
It might just be us talking about 90s movies that we have or have not seen and can't remember.
Yes. Yes.
The best natural disaster movies from 1996.
That'd be a fun episode.
Boy. But yeah, overall, really loving it. I can't wait, and I think it's up there as like some of my favorite Star Wars content so far. So
nice, that's awesome.
Yeah,
do you think there's a chance if this keeps going and you really end up liking it at the end that you would consider going through some Rebel stuff?
Yeah.
Or no?
I'm already considering it.
Oh, nice. The thing is like honestly, like, I mean, if you were going to be picky and choosy, then I would say skip. I would say skip season 1, even though there's some good information in there about maybe just watch like the first episode so you kind of see how they all meet and shit.
Yeah.
And then go to like, season 2, even like halfway through season 2, like it starts getting really like season 3 and 4 is like where it's fucking at. But
I'll find like an episode list of
yeah, that's a good idea.
Non-missable
there's a good couple arcs with Darth Maul as well, and like a good one with Vader and some Inquisitors and
yeah. I mean, I've always wanted to see the Darth Maul stuff just because like I love Darth Maul.
You like Darth Maul? Like if you like Darth Maul from the original, the Rebels and Clone Wars, like they make him 1,000 times better. Like,
yeah, I just wish it wasn't animated. Like I wish it was live action.
I know, but wait till he gets the cool robot legs. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but do that in live action. That'd be great.
I mean, maybe one day, maybe.
I would.
But it is funny how he ends his story. Like, it's like he like there's so much cool shit, and then like he meets up with Obi-Wan, and it's just like, yeah, it's too bad.
It's all good. I mean, I definitely won't watch every episode. Like, there's no way.
No.
Hundreds of episodes of it. Like, I'll probably find like the 5 story arcs that are necessary to watch in 20 episodes or 30 episodes or whatever it is.
You'll get to meet Kanan too. There's also rumors that people are saying that they think Kanan's going to show up. Kanan is Jason's dad. It's Hera's lover or husband or partner or whatever. But in the TV show, he's voiced by Freddie Prinze Jr. So everyone's thinking maybe like somebody asked Freddie Prinze Jr. about if he was going to be in Ahsoka, and he was like, I think we shouldn't have never revisited him anyways, because I think his voice was in like The Last Jedi or something like that.
Okay.
So he was like super like against it, but everyone was saying that maybe he was just doing that to like dodge that maybe he actually will show up. Because like if he showed up, like especially if it was Freddie Prinze Jr., oh man, that'd be sick. Like somebody took a screenshot of Hera's like console in her ship, and like there's like a live action picture of Kanan like on the dash.
Oh, weird.
So yeah, I know, right? I would have never caught that. Somebody screenshotted it and like blew it up, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? That's cool.
Yeah.
So to have Freddie Prinze Jr. show up, oh my god, that'd be crazy.
It's like 90s night here on the podcast, man. Like I haven't thought about Freddie Prinze Jr. since like 1997. Yeah. Like, no offense to him, it's just like he was such a huge actor in the late 90s, and then he just kind of stopped doing movies, I guess, or like I don't know. I know
he started doing Star Wars Rebels.
He started doing family stuff, I think, because I think Sarah Michelle Gellar did the same thing. Like they got married and had kids and stuff, and she just kind of bounced out of Hollywood, I think. So
yeah.
Because I for people that don't know, I'm a huge Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, and like post Buffy, she didn't really do a whole lot. Like she was in Scream 2, she was in she was in a few horror films. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh yeah.
I feel like she was in something else too, and then she just kind of stopped doing movies and shit. But
yeah, well, maybe we're gonna see Freddie Prinze. That'd be so
fuck.
fun.
Bring back Buffy too.
Yeah, Buffy's here too. They're like, hey, Buffy's here. They're like,
Well,
what?
not in Star Wars, but I mean, I would love a Buffy revival if they brought back
Hi, I'm
some of the
Buffy the
original cast.
Vampire Slayer.
New Rockstars channel has a great must-watch episode of every season of Rebels, so you don't necessarily have to watch every episode. Okay, cool, thank you.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'll write that down right now because that's what I need is like the must-watch episodes. I don't want to watch everything.
Yeah, you won't even have to watch the episodes in that case. You might be able to just get the gist of everything in the story.
Yeah,
It's great story. It's good. It's good building content, like for what you're watching now and what you're probably going to see soon here.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
and
I'll probably wait until Ahsoka's over to like bounce into it, but yeah, like I would like to just be able to understand the characters a little more now that I like these characters. I wish they would make them into a film. Like I wish they could take the entire arc of Rebels and make it like a 3-hour film of like, okay, this is Star Wars Rebels, the movie, and it's live action, and everything that is good about this is live action.
That would be sick.
And then like same thing for the other animated show there.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Clone Wars.
Clone Wars is like here's a
Clone Wars might be a little trickier because it tracks a lot of it's like over a lot of time and
yeah, but like we never really got like a good look at the Clone Wars in live action. Like the movies
clones as a whole.
Yeah, like the movie kind of ends with like the Clone Wars starting, and then like it never really like touches on the actual like Clone Wars. So I think it'd be awesome if like they did like a movie called The Clone Wars that was like an interstitial between episode 2 and 3 or whatever the fuck it is. But
that would be sick. That would be awesome.
Yeah, make that live action.
The Clone Wars. That's what the Clone Wars is, like the animated series.
Right.
2 and 3.
And that's what I mean. Is like
the last season of it is like right before Order 66 or like during Order 66 is really cool.
Like get Dave Filoni involved in it and just say like, all right, like we want like a 2.5-hour movie. Can you adapt this into cut out all the extra bullshit and make like a solid 2.5-hour film? And I think there's probably a way to do that. I don't know. I mean, I haven't watched the series, but like I think most movie or most like TV shows you could figure out a way to cut it down and get rid of all the filler and make it like a solid 2.5. Like I like we were talking earlier, Secret Invasion should have been like a 2.5-hour movie.
Yep, I couldn't agree more.
I mean, I wish it was better, but like that I think that would have worked better as a film,
I definitely agree with that.
So
it was way too long and there was nothing going on.
Yeah, like I don't know. To me, I don't know. Disney's got to get out of its own way a little bit, and like it's got some of the biggest IP in existence, and I feel like they're just kind of wasting a lot of it, like in weird ways, and like they still haven't figured out proper show running times, proper length of episodes, proper length of seasons. Like they're still pacing, like all that stuff. Like it's still like we haven't figured it out yet. And I'm like, man, you're on year 3 of like Disney Plus or whatever. Like you need to figure this out.
Get it together. Yeah.
But I don't know if we talked about it on here, but I canceled my Disney Plus membership.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it maybe like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, because I mean, nothing's going to come out next year, from what I can tell. So I'm not paying $100 or whatever the fuck it is for nothing.
Yeah, that's totally fair. We'll probably eventually get to that point where we sit down and look at the stuff we watch and what we're keeping and what we're not, right? Like Amazon's safe because I use Amazon Prime so much. Same. So like it's
well, I mean, I barely watch Prime Video. Like there's nothing on Prime Video that's like other than The Boys.
Yeah.
There's almost nothing on Prime Video that I care about.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty scarce.
But like Amazon is a company that like I could totally see them buying out like another company, like them buying Netflix and just saying like, okay, Netflix is now Prime Video. There you go.
That'd be cool.
Like we've combined Prime Video and Netflix, and we have everything that the Netflix has. We have everything that Prime Video has. Call it Prime Netflix or Netflix Prime or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And then like, there you go. Like Amazon has so much money.
Amazon.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. But like, to me, that's like Amazon is a company that has endless amounts of money, like Disney, where they can say like, fuck yeah, we're gobbling up A, B, and C, and like, there we go. Now you have one streaming service for where you had 4 before. Disney could do the same fucking thing with Hulu and all that shit. Like, just combine it all into one thing. I know they're kind of doing that in the States, but yeah.
I'd love that. If I could pay for one less, that would be great.
Yeah, like ESPN should be right in with the Disney Plus app. Disney owns that. Have all the stuff that's airs on ABC in the Disney Plus app. Like they're just missing out on a lot of opportunity. Like, I don't understand why everything has to be partitioned in such a weird way.
I know.
It's a bummer. But we were talking about that during football today too. Is like they kept advertising shows and shit. I'm like, who's watching these shows? Who is watching these shows? I don't know anybody that watches fucking The Masked Singer or like. I know that show's popular, and I guess
it's not. It's not. It's not our audience.
It's not. But I'm just like all this stuff. I'm like, the only people keeping these shows alive are people that are over the age of like 60. I think. Like honestly, no offense to those people.
My mom loves that shit.
I don't think my mom watches anything anymore, like on TV.
I don't think you can dance or whatever. Or so you think you can dance or whatever.
That show still exists?
I think so.
Jesus.
I know.
I remember watching that show like 2003, 4, somewhere in there. I didn't know that show still existed.
Memories.
Yeah. That and The Biggest Loser. Remember that show?
I do, but I never really got into it.
I loved it for a while.
Did you?
I mean, this is an inside Ryan story of how terrible of a human I am. Yeah, when I was with an ex-girlfriend, we used to watch that show I think it was Tuesday nights, and we'd order a pizza, and we'd call it like, if it was Tuesday nights, we'd call it like Fat Tuesdays, and we'd watch Biggest Loser and just shove our face full of pizza and shit. Yeah,
funny.
It's terrible, but it's also like that was like our comfort day of just like, all right, we're gonna eat like assholes and fucking watch people try to lose weight.
That's fucking funny, man.
I'm a horrible human being.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, there's everything's getting pushed. So like, I looked at the movie calendar and like, there's nothing, man.
I think I saw a thing that was like, it's the biggest release of the year for the Marvels. I'm like, I think it's the only release of the year. Like,
well, since Guardians.
But I just mean in general. Like, what else is coming out this year? Saw? Is Saw still coming out this year?
Saw 10's coming out, like, I think next week or the week after.
So Tom Payne says, sadly, I do binge eat while eating my 600-pound life.
See, this is what I'm saying is, like, everybody needs that one, like, that one show that's just like garbage television. Like, you know, it's garbage television. It's not good. Like, it's not like, oh, this is like, you need to watch this. It's good. It's just like trash TV. Like, I love The Challenge. I love reality shows. I mean, I've talked about it so many times. Like Survivor, The Challenge, The Amazing Race, like Big Brother back in the day, not so much anymore. The Block, another reality show. Like, I love reality television in a lot, but like, I realize it's not good TV. Like, I know it's not good. Sure. I don't want it to win Emmys and Oscars and shit like that. I'm like, yeah, this is just a bunch of assholes like doing dumb shit on television. Like, I enjoy that, but like, yeah, exactly. You you need something that takes your mind out of your mind. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to be a garbage human being today and eat a large pizza and watch people try to lose weight. It's great.
I love that. I mean, that sounds great. I'm on board for it.
Yeah, so Saw 10 comes out in a couple weeks, and then the Exorcist sequel comes out, I think, like a week after that. Maybe 2 weeks after that, sometime in October. And I feel like there's maybe one other horror film that comes out in October. And then the Marvels, and like there's nothing else for the rest of the year.
Interesting.
Like, at least that I wanted to see, like that, like it stuck out to me of like, oh, like, yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Like, I doubt I'll see Saw 10 in theaters just because I doubt I can drag anybody with me to go see it. I maybe can get somebody to come see The Exorcist with me, but like even that, I don't know. But definitely the Marvels I'll see. But like other than that, the Nun 2 just came out, I think today or Friday. I think it's maybe.
Nice.
I'll watch that when it comes to streaming. Like I like the Conjuring movies, but yeah, and then like everything I wanted to see Dune 2 that got pushed. Usually there's like a couple big movies around Christmas. I don't think there's anything this year.
Interesting. Be interesting to see what they do. Home Alone in theaters.
Like, clearly Deadpool's not going to come out in May.
No.
So that's got to get pushed at some point. Like,
everything's going to get pushed next year.
Like, I assume. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know when D23 is, but like, you got to assume
September. Oh no, sorry, D23. I don't know when D23 is.
I feel like it's early next year, but regardless, they're got to announce at some point, like with their new release schedule, once the strike gets solved, because maybe that's what they're waiting for. Is like, oh, okay, now we have a
Probably.
timeline. But
Well, the thing is why would you want to do D23 when the strike is still happening? Say a bunch of stuff and then move them all next year, like right.
sure.
Like, that's the thing is like if the strike's still happening, then like none of those numbers are sound. Like they're all nothing safe at that point.
Yeah, I'm sure like they don't even know internally when the movie can come out, because they don't know when the strike's going to end, and they don't know when they can start production back up. So
Exactly.
yeah, that makes sense. But like clearly that movie's not going to come out in May. It's not even done being shot by the time it's done being edited and all the CGI's in and all that shit. Like I assume that's going to be like a November movie,
year, if not longer.
Yeah, so there may be nothing next year.
Well, that's probably why they're pushing everything so much, because they're like, we need shit for next year, at least a couple. They're gonna have to have Aquaman.
Yeah, that is a movie that comes out still during Christmas, but I do not want to see that movie. I think it comes out.
It's gonna be
20th or December 20th or December 15th.
I'm sure it'll be terrible.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's gonna be really bad, but there's no marketing for that movie at all. It comes out in like 3 months. But
I feel like they've probably just given up on that stuff.
I think so too. I mean, big I was gonna call it Big Beetle, Blue Beetle, Big Beetle,
big old beetle.
Blue Beetle bombed bad, so I mean,
yeah,
I can't see them being stoked on it. Didn't Craven get delayed almost a year? Yeah.
Yep, it did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But over a year. That movie looked real bad. That trailer was real bad.
Yeah, I'm not in for Craven. I mean, I'm going to see it just so I can make fun of it.
Oh, I mean, we've seen Morbius.
Mm-hmm.
We got it.
Yeah.
No, if you want good Spider-Man content, you're playing Spider-Man 2. That's what you're going to play for your Spider-Man.
Right.
Film.
Okay, hey, so to wrap up Ahsoka.
Yeah.
We like.
Oh yeah, totally.
Great success.
Very good. Yeah, no, I'm stoked to keep watching it, and like I said, it's good enough where it makes me want to watch something animated. So that tells you how good it is, because otherwise I would not.
That's a great sign.
Yeah, totally.
Sign. I hope that you like totally like get enthralled by Rebels and like watch it at all. That's my.
I can't see that.
I fucking love Rebels. I can't either, but maybe. It's very good. You'll see once you get into it. It's pretty good.
I just,
especially the ones where like there's stakes.
Like, yeah, well, like, naturally,
it's not just like, oh, we need to steal a water evaporator.
Well, sure. I mean, we all need a water evaporator, but
don't we?
I mean, just like hanging out with my nephew here and there, like watching this. Like, I mean, he's 3, so like it's not good content regardless. But like seeing the shit he's watching, I'm like, how do people watch this shit? It's garbage. Like animated kid shit is just bad. And I'm like, I know Rebels is aimed to a like adult audience that likes like. I know anime is huge and people love anime. Blah 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 blah. I hate anime. I think it's fucking garbage. But I respect the fact that people like it. It's just not for me. And like, I kind of feel that same way with Rebels. It's like, I respect that people love it. I just don't think it's aimed at me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see myself spending 100 hours or whatever the fuck it is to watch the entire series. Like, I have better things to do. Like watch terrible reality shows.
All right, that's fair. I'm gonna rip this Ahsoka spoilers time.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it was a really good episode. I liked it a lot. I thought it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude.
So, and I'm super excited for Tuesday. Can't come fast enough.
Yeah, no, don't spoil it for me because I won't be able to watch it till Wednesday morning. So.
I know.
But yeah, I'm very excited for it as well. I can't wait. It's nice to have good shows. Like I like when stuff we like is good and we can talk about it happily and excited. And we're both excited for it.
Me too. Yeah, we were saying earlier. Sotown Paint App says, can't wait to see how Balin's character plays out in the series. Sadly, knowing the actor Ray Stevens passed. Yeah, man, it's a bummer. That's hopefully they give his character some good closure in this. I mean, chances are he's probably just going to get stabbed and die.
But. Well, maybe not because they didn't know like it might have been shot. Like they may not have a way of killing him off in the show, or unless they like do like the Obi-Wan fucking disappearing act, you know?
Possibly. Yeah.
Or it's like that episode of Simpsons when they're ending Itchy and Scratchy and whatever that fucking stupid dog's name was.
Oh yeah, Poochie. Yeah,
Poochie, and Poochie went up to space, and it's like really bad, and it's just like
animated.
Yeah, it's just like they do that. It's like, and Balin went off to space. God. Anything else we need to talk about?
I was gonna say earlier, I read a statistic said for the first time in like 20 something years, the top 3 movies of the year are not sequels.
Yeah, that's true. Super Mario,
Barbie,
and what's the third?
What's the third one?
It's got to be Guardians 3, I would think, but no.
No, it wasn't Guardians 3. Guardian.
Probably Oppenheimer, maybe.
No, I don't think it was. Top 3 movies. I'll find out. Hang on. Movies of 2023.
I can't think of what the third one would be.
Oh, it says Spider-Man Across, so I guess that technically isn't true.
Liar.
Yeah, no, it is Oppenheimer. Sorry, it is Oppenheimer.
There he is, movie master, Mr. Ryan.
And then Guardians right after it.
Yeah, so I mean that makes sense. I'm glad it's not just sequels, but I mean Barbie and Mario are established IPs. Like,
yes,
it's not like they came out of nowhere, and it's not like a brand new IP that's dominating. You know.
I mean, the thing is it's the last time they did a Mario movie when it was live action, it's not like it did well. It fucking bombed. So
yeah, but it was also like 1992, and it had Mario was like a thing for like 10 years at that point. Like
I know.
Mario's way more established now, 40 years later.
Still, though, it's impressive. That's cool, though. That's cool.
Oh no, it totally is. I'm not taking away from it. Like I just like the fact that they're both established IPs definitely help them rise up the ranks and everything like that. Mm-hmm. Like it'd be interesting if like new IPs were in those places where they're like, these were just brand new things that people thought of instead of like remakes and sequels and blah 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 blah. But like I'm glad that it's not just like Guardians 3, Avengers 9, Batman 17. Like
I'm looking forward to the O. Henry movie.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. No.
I was gonna say, Jesus Christ! If they're making a movie about a chocolate bar, there's a problem.
Yeah. It's how the name of the chocolate bar came to be.
I don't need that movie. But like that was the other movie that was coming out in December. Is that Wonka movie?
Oh, Henry. Oh yeah, Wonka.
And I'm like,
terrible.
Who is asking for this movie?
I agree. I know that there is people who like Willy Wonka.
I like Willy Wonka, the movie, like the original movie.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Willy Wonka fan.
I loved it as a kid, and like it's definitely nostalgic for me. But like, I enjoy that movie. Like, I think it's a solid movie. And what's his face? I can't think of the actor's name.
The guy who plays the original one.
Yeah. Fuck. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, he's awesome in that movie. But I think the Timothée Chalamet casting is terrible. Like, I just don't understand why you put him as Wonka. But
yeah, me neither. That's the one I didn't know about.
Yeah,
Gene Wilder.
Thank you. Yeah, Gene Wilder's awesome in that movie. But
thanks,
thank you. But yeah, I don't know who's asking for that movie. Like, it's not like there's been like 7 Wonka movies and like everybody's like, oh man, that's such a hit IP. Like, we needed a sequel to that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's like 1970s or 60s, a lot like the original. Like, they did that shitty fucking remake in 2000.
Johnny Depp, right?
7 or whatever with Johnny Depp. Like, it was bad. I seen it in theaters.
Yep. Johnny Depp also playing. Yep, you're right.
Yeah,
that
not
sounds
good.
On it, man.
Yeah, man.
On it.
Not a good movie, but yeah, no, I just don't know who's asking for this IP, and the trailer was dog shit. So I don't know, but definitely will not see that in theaters.
Yeah, that doesn't appeal to me at all.
I'd rather another sequel to Wizard of Oz than fucking Wonka.
Wizard of Oz would be interesting, but
I liked Oz the Great and Powerful. I thought that movie was solid.
You?
Yeah, it was great.
I don't think I saw it, but
it was solid. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I recommend it to everybody on Earth. But like for a sequel to a movie, it was like, yeah, this is well, I guess it's kind of a prequel. But anyway, I'm just rambling now. So that's it for the podcast.
That is it for the podcast.
Next week we'll talk the big Ahsoka 5, and maybe we'll
take our shirts off. Who knows?
Take our shirts off. I mean,
be here for Ahsoka 5 and Nip Talk.
Maybe we won't talk about Ahsoka 5 and we'll only talk about Armageddon. We don't know. We don't plan these out. There is not a plan for the show, surprisingly. I know all you people out there think we sit down and we hammer this baby out. We got a script and like we're like, yeah, we're gonna hit this beat and that beat and we're really gonna research this. Yeah, teleprompter right behind me over here, and like we got 6 cameramen here, and here. We got the guy from that Hot Wings show that's fucking over here, and you know he's giving us ideas.
He's waiting in the wing in case we need some some popularity.
But no,
we use him sparingly.
Just us two, and we don't plan anything. Yeah. We just swing into this and ramble for an hour. So if you enjoy that,
right.
Please subscribe to us because we love the subscriptions. We love anybody that comes and hangs out with us. It's a great little community. And
thank you to everybody who does.
Absolutely. So you can
and a big fuck you to Neil if he's here.
Yeah, I don't know. No Neil tonight. He's not making witty comments, although it is Sunday.
I said fuck you. I said fuck you. Sorry, Neil. You should have stayed up and not gone to work so you can.
Yeah. Stop working. What are you in? It's like, oh, I need money. I got to pay for things. Grow up.
Grow up.
If you aren't already following us, you can follow us at Moosmoke Media and at Customs by Matthew over on Instagram. You can follow both of our YouTube channels, youtube.com/@Moosmoke Media and at Custom by Matthew. You can grab the podcast on any podcast service that you enjoy, and we will be back next Saturday.
Okay,
next Saturday, and should be a goodie because we should have a lot to talk about Ahsoka. So, fuck Joe Rogan too. Before we end this, fuck Joe Rogan.
Just some more beef, Joe Rogan.
I'm just a great UFC guy and fucking a millionaire, and I have the #1 rated podcast. Fuck you, you bald-headed fuck.
Yeah, we're coming for your spot.
I'm taking your spot, and I'm gonna be the millionaire, me. And then I'm gonna pay people to shit on your porch.
Ooh.
Poop bags on fire.
Poop bags?
Yeah, they're gonna shit in poop bags and set them on fire.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And then Joe Rogan's gonna come out on the porch and stomp it out and go, it's poop again.
This is playing out exactly as I remember it.
Exactly. All right. Thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you next Saturday.
Peace.
Laters.